Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been away for quite a while, but things have been a bit hectic on my end. But I'm back and I'm doing a very exciting video. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and it is a men's makeup tutorial. Now this isn't going to be your typical men's makeup tutorial. It's going to be more about bronzing up the skin, so I'm doing a focus series. So hopefully this will be one of the many to come, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm taking the Kiehl's lip balm number 1, and this is their kind of classic lip balm, and I'm just going to use that to hydrate his lips before we begin. And I'm just using that with a cotton bud and distributing the product evenly on his lips. Next, now this is going to be the focus product, and it is the Saint Tropez Instant Tan. It's not a self tanner, it's a tinted bronzer basically, and it comes in a gel formula. So it's a wash off face and body lotion. And I'm going to start working this in sections because it dries quite fast, and if you kind of layer it over once it's dry, it starts to look a bit patchy. So definitely work fast with this one, and I love the color. It's kind of like an olive brown. It's not orangey whatsoever. Then I'm going to take it on his forehead, and he is terrified. But again, working really fast because it sets and it's sort of transfer resistant, so it's not going to come off on clothes and on whatever basically. It's not going to come off until you wash it with soap and water. So really melting that into the skin, getting in the hairline, and using it kind of as you would use foundation. And also I'm focusing this on areas where you would tan naturally, so definitely the forehead, the bridge of the nose, and the tops of the cheeks, but distributing the rest, whatever is left, all over the face, avoiding the sort of the eyelid, which yeah, we don't need to do that right now. So as you can see, I'm going again in thin layers. I'm not building it up all at once because, like I said, it can get patchy, it can get quite messy. So once that layer is dry, I'm going over the cheeks just a bit and blending in. Guys, it has taken me such a long time to do this voiceover for some reason, but I'm so glad I'm doing it. Next, I'm going to take the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer, which is an amazing concealer, and this brush that is sort of paired with it is an amazing brush. It's very fluffy, it's very soft, and it's not going to irritate your client's eyes or whoever you're working on. And it's really good to get underneath the lash line. So right now I'm just focusing on any darkness areas in the crease of the eyes. I don't want to go overboard with this because he doesn't really need it. I'm just brightening it up, and as you can see later, I will tone it down with bronzer and with sort of a reddish blush. So it's not about like highlighting his face, it's just about creating an even layer basically. Again, I also like to use my fingers. I think it really blends product seamlessly into the skin, especially if you're working on men. You definitely want to use less product as well. So the tiniest bit on any blemishes, on any red marks, will do the trick. You don't have to go in with a ton of product. Next, I'm taking the Makeup Forever High Definition Blush, which is the HD blush, and I'm choosing kind of a reddish brown tan color. And this is the shade 425, and I'm using it to sort of create a sunburnt effect, and I will layer this product later on and you'll kind of get to see the look that I'm going for. But using it very lightly, taking off any excess on the back of my hand and starting off at the bridge of the nose where you would get sunburnt, basically where your sunburn is going to show first. Then taking it over the chin and all across the high points of the face, tops of the cheeks, and on the top of the forehead. Another very important point when it comes to men's makeup is to work with different textures. So I'm using creams, I'm using gels, I'm using liquid, and then I'm going to use powder. So really working with these different textures and layers will create this very hyper-realistic look to the skin. And this is exactly what we want. And don't forget to go over the neck. So everything that I've done, I sort of do it over the neck. I conceal any little marks, definitely not neglecting the neck. Shoulders as well, if he's being exposed, if he's wearing a tank top, if he's shirtless, you have to keep in mind that you're going to look at the skin as a whole. Next, I'm going to take the Sigma in the Saddle Aura powder, which is a blush slash bronzer, and it's a great color because it's very neutral. It has gray in it, it has the right amount of brown and red. So this is what I'm going to use as my main bronzer. First, I'm going to use a duo fiber brush, like a stippling brush, and this is going to distribute the most even and thin layer of product. And as you can see, I'm going to work this all over the face to begin with. And then I'm going to take a different brush, which is going to give me a completely different effect. It's going to deposit a bit more product. And again, I get these layers, I get these textures, even though I'm using the same product. And you can take your time with this step. I mean, going under the eyes, getting rid of that concealer look is very important. Unless you're going for that look, it depends. I'm just going for a completely natural bronzed suntanned look. Taking that concealer again and covering up any marks, any blemishes, razor burns underneath his chin, well, on his neck. Next, I'm taking the Sigma blush. It's called Mellow, and it is one of my favorites to not really contour with, but well, yeah, I do contour with it, but it gives life back to the face, and that's what I really like it for. So what I mean by that, I'm going in the sockets of the eyes, underneath the eye, like wherever I need a bit more color, especially when I'm making him more tanned. I don't want to neglect the eyes because then there's going to be quite a dramatic difference. But then I blend everything in. Then I'm taking it underneath the nose to sort of contour and lift the nose slightly. It's not going to be anything obvious. Going across the tip. Again, just enhancing the features that he has. I'm going underneath his lash line just to, again, bring back that realistic under eye look. If you know what I mean, like I don't want it to look like there's been concealer all over his eye, even though I've already concealed what I need to conceal. So now it's just about adding color. Next, I'm taking this Kat Von D Lock-It translucent powder and using a very thin layer with her brush and just setting his entire face where needed. And this will sort of blend all the different products that we used and not flatten everything out because it's not depositing any color. Next, for brows, I'm taking the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Brow in the shade number 40, which is a very neutral brown, and I'm just going to start by brushing his eyebrows up. And then I'm going to start by filling in his eyebrows. Something that I want to mention with makeup for men is I really don't like to fill in the eyebrows to the point where you can't see skin. I think seeing skin is very important. It gives a natural look. You definitely want to see, and it makes it look more bushy and defined at the same time. So don't block in the entire brow. It's I mean, some guys definitely do have a very full brow where you don't see skin, but then again, they won't need any eyebrow products. But with Georgie, I'm just filling in very slightly and giving it a bit more definition. Again, different products, different dimensions, different textures. So I'm taking the Pro Sculpting Brow Palette from Makeup Forever. This is brand new and it's awesome. So the palette number 2 has all shades for brunettes, and I'm taking different mixtures to sort of feather in a softer look. So as you can see, by filling in his brows, I gave him a bit more of a youthful, boyish look in a weird way. Then I'm taking that brow powder again and I'm just going over whatever freckles and moles that he has. Again, making the skin look more hyper realistic. Then with a fluffy crease brush, I'm taking the powders in the brow palette again and I'm darkening his facial hair, his beard, and his stubble. And by doing that, I'm just kind of, it's like contouring for men. So I'm bringing forward the features that I want to bring forward. Now Georgie already has very strong features, he has amazing cheekbones, so I'm just defining that a bit more, not that he needs it, but going through those stronger lines, his cheekbones, his jaw, and defining the outer shape of his face. Another great thing I like to do with men's makeup is to define the cupid's bow with a darker powder, again sort of enhancing the mustache, that doesn't make sense, but it sort of acts like lip liner. It makes the lips look bigger in a way, and you can kind of see that now. Next, I'm taking my custom-made Views palette. This palette is awesome. It fits 24 lipsticks and you can microwave it so the lipsticks all melt evenly. And this is a Makeup Forever lipstick. It is in the shade, let me check. Okay, I'm mixing the shade 42 and Matte 8, which are both reds, and one of them is slightly orange based. And this is going to create a sunburn look. Again, I'm working with layers and textures. So this is a cream lipstick, and it's gonna give him that realistic skin sheen. So this is awesome for creating sunburns. And I love using these Sigma brushes for that because they're very thick and fluffy and soft, and they distribute cream products so evenly. You should check them out. I'll put all the brushes that I use in the description below. Next, I'm going to take that Sigma powder again and bronzing up the rest of his skin very lightly and focusing on the areas that would tan the most. So neck, collarbone, shoulders, very important. And then going in with a smaller brush and focusing it a bit more on the temples, on the bridge of the nose. So this is how you create a tanned men's makeup look. This is going to be amazing for shoots, for models on the runway. It's gonna be awesome. So let me know if you try this, tell me what you think, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of these men's makeup series with different models, and again with Georgie as well because he's awesome. See you guys next time. Bye.